YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So today we're going to set about getting these Inner Fender mudguards cut out for the /4 before Ultimate low centre of gravity one, and basically I'm going to give these a try. Seems though they're giving us free with it, and to what I can tell we've got to carefully cut out all around this line, follow it down, and then follow it round there, I think it is, get it cut out all the way, and again round here, round that bit and down. So we've got that to do twice. I think I'm going to cut it out and leave a bit of a burr on the end of it, and then get the rotary tool out and see if we can clean it up using that. But we'll see how it goes. And looks a bit thick to cut with scissors, so might be a bit of a challenge this one, but we'll give it a try. Right, so quick update. I've just chopped them roughly in half, and then I'm going to see just how close we can get with the scissors. So I've got to follow that line round, pretty much like what it is on there. So I'm going to get it cut out roughly, and then see how good we can get with the scissors. Now, I started on this bit, and you can get pretty close with scissors. So I'm going to make a few runs round it and see how tidy we can get it, and then see if we do need to tidy it up with rotary tool. Right, so I've followed lines to best of what I can see, and weren't entirely sure if that were meant to come further down, but it looks about right, because that's where it says follow the line down. But we've got a couple of sharp edges to sort out. But yeah, they're not too hard to use, these scissors. To say how thick this material is, it's cut through pretty good. Now I've left a bit of a curve on the edges there, so what I'm going to do is give it a quick test fit and see if and where we need to trim anything off. Not sure which side this is without getting the car out and having a look first. But yeah, not too difficult to cut out so far. But let's get the car out and see what's going to catch where. Right, so quickly placing it over the car. Can't see any clearance issues around the shocks or anything. Just down this side. In fact, I'll show you when I take it off. I might be able to show you on the other side. So you need to follow that line round, because that's where the chassis at the rear comes up. So you need to get that nice and trimmed off so it can actually fasten down. But it does look like it follows the lines really well. And even with this chassis all the way down, it doesn't quite catch, so that's quite nice. And it does look like it's a really good fit. So yeah, quite impressed with that. To say I haven't got the screws in yet, but looks like I got the lines where they should be. I think I'm going to tidy these up a bit, but I think I'm just going to leave that little lip on the edge because it just make it a bit stronger. But just need to tidy all that up with the rotary tool. Give you a look from above, but you can see that's going to stop an awful lot of crap getting in the car. So let's get the screws and everything in place. It is just the two outer ones that you need to remove. So basically it's that one, and when I get it, that one. And you want to make sure that none of these wires are going to get trapped when you put the mudguards back on. And the part that I trimmed out a little was that tiny bit at the end there. So you just need to make sure you follow that line up so it clears the chassis at the back. So it's that part there that's going to catch on it. But we need, let's see if I can sweep them out from under here. So we need one of those on each side when we put the screws back through. and I'm just going to get the rotary tool out now and clean all this up. Right, so that's a quick blast down with rotary tool. And pretty much my only goal with this, because it's all going to be covered up, was just to take any cuts where the scissor ends pointing into the plastic, because that can cause tears, so just to file them off, and any sharp burrs just in case tyres come into contact with it or anything, and round off any corners like this one. And I've just gone into that and rounded it off just because it's where it's going to flex, and if it's a round sort of corner it's going to be less likely to split than if it's just a 90-degree straight corner. But let's get that one fitted to the car now so we can see what it's going to look like. Right, the easiest way I've found of doing this is to put the screws in that first, then get them two little white bits into position. Now I did that by sliding them over end at screwdriver, put the screwdriver down and then let them drop. Seems to be the easiest way. And then I'm just going to carefully try and rotate this, get it lined up with holes in them, and that should stop them flying all over while I get it in place. But here goes. Right, so that's the first mudguard Inner Defender in place. Looks like there's plenty of clearance around the tyres and wheels. When you're fitting it, try and get this bit under the radio box lip. That makes it a bit easier to get on. And don't over tighten these, because although it's quite strong, you definitely don't want to be pulling these through it. I'm contemplating putting some washers on them. I think I'll get some little stainless steel washers and pop them on top of them, just to give it a bit more surface area, so if it does take a whack front side it's not going to pull it through. But yeah, quite happy with the way that fits. So let's crack on with the second one. Only bit I'm not too sure about is whether we'll have to remove these foams, because there's, I don't know if camera will pick it up, there's not really much clearance for the body. So I might have to pop those rubbers off, foams off, now we've got this fitted. But we'll have to have a look. The foams do squash down a bit. It looks like it's going to give a bit more rigidity to the body posts as well, which is not bad. But right, let's crack on with the second one. Right, so for the second side it's that one and that one again. And then we've got a lot more room around here, so on this side, because you ain't got the ESC and everything, but basically that's where you want them. And that's how I've trimmed this side. So again, I've left a bit of a lip on it just to see if it makes it that little bit stronger. And just run round with the rotary tool afterwards. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of where you should be trimming. And again, it's this bit here that sits towards the back. That's the only bit I've found that you need to get pretty close, just because of that bit of the chassis comes up through it. The front one seems to ride over the top of it anyway, so it's not too critical how short you cut it. And I think especially with stuff like this vac formed plastics, you're better off leaving a little bit of extra meat on them if you can. It just makes them that bit stronger. So now we're going to get the screws through here. I'm going to have a quick look to see if I've got any small washers just to sit over the top of it, make it a bit bigger footprint. But right, we shall get the screws in and get the second side on. Right, so that's the other side. Burrs took off, so it's got rid of sharp edges. And again, anywhere into corners I've just rounded them off. But certainly makes the slash seem huge. They don't really weigh that much though, so hopefully the added weight will not be a problem. But they do fit nice. Looks like it's out the way of the batteries. It doesn't encroach into the battery tray at all. The only part where I thought there might be an issue is it's quite tight around the cables, but the cables seem to go below it, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, it should definitely stop an awful lot of the crap getting in there. I mean, that's an idea of how much of the front's covered up now. So you shouldn't really get anything flying up off the tyres. It's going to stop all the ingress from here, and especially this part. But yeah, looks to be a nice bit of clearance all the way around. It doesn't stick down further than the actual chassis itself. Doesn't look like it's going to affect, well, the actual chassis can completely bottom out before it comes anywhere near the wheels. Let's get the scissors out at back first. But yeah, front and rear, looks like it can literally slam the chassis on deck before it's going to come anywhere near the wheel arches. So looks like they've thought of quite a lot. Right, now let's try the body on for clearance and see how we go on with that. As I say, I might have to take the foams off the top of the body post mounts, but let's get the body on and see how it looks. Right, so that's body installed, and if I flip it up right, so if we stand it on its back like that, you can see the lines are pretty close to the actual body shell, even down to where the body shell flares out on the front and rear. So yeah, that's a pretty close fit. It looks like it's going to seal quite a lot of the crap that gets thrown up under these cars. Let's see if I can get you a good shot from the top. So yeah, it does go up pretty close to the actual body, and if you're just running body pins and not the nylon washers, then it will actually fit without the without removing the foam from underneath, which is quite nice. I think one thing I noticed on mine, it had kind of rubbed the paint right on these bottom corners from the wheels, which now we've got this mudguard in, we shouldn't get that. But yeah, quite a nice fit. Not sure what rubbed that off. But yeah, looks like the body sits down quite comfortably on it. It sits level. I think looking at the car, you wouldn't really tell that it had got them on, which I'm quite pleased about. The where I've trimmed them and left a tiny bit just over, it looks like they've took into consideration, and you've got quite a lot of room to play with on both sides of them. So yeah, the Scorched Parts, I think the stickers have earned the place on the slash. Fits really nice. Easier to cut out than what I initially thought. I did look at the scissors and think, are them scissors going to go through this? But yeah, they're nice and sharp, go straight through it. Now let's get the body off so we can have one final look around at it, see how it all fits. But yeah, I'm really impressed with them. They fit nice and level, and as I said, not too much of a headache to cut out at all. The spacers definitely hold it at the right height. No issues with it getting trapped around here, and the mould is brilliant. It lines up absolutely perfect. As I say, I've left a little bit extra on, but my thought behind that is if you leave a bit more meat on it, if something does crunch it, it's got a bit more strength if you leave a tiny little bit of the burr on the edge. And then I've just quickly gone round with rotary tool to get any sharp bits off in case the tyres do come in contact with it. But yeah, I can definitely recommend these. So, thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And we'll catch you guys again next time.